Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin. I'm your host, Barbara. Today, we're focusing on the world of art and museums. We have two significant stories to share with you. First, the Smithsonian Institution has announced that Linda Roscoe Hartigan will be the next director of the Smithsonian American Art Museum. Hartigan, currently the executive director and CEO of the Peabody Essex Museum in Salem, Massachusetts, will begin her new role on September 8th. This appointment is seen as a homecoming for Hartigan, who began her career at the Smithsonian American Art Museum and spent 2 decades there, eventually rising to chief curator. Hartigan's deep experience with the institution is expected to bring stability and vision to the museum, which has been a target of controversy in recent times. The museum's collection includes the nation's largest holdings of New Deal art, American Impressionist and Gilded Age works, and contemporary craft at the Renwick Gallery. Hartigan takes over at a time when the museum is looking to expand its visibility and engagement with diverse audiences. In other news, Neon, the Greek nonprofit organization, has announced that it will be closing its exhibition space in Athens due to financial constraints. However, we also have news of a significant development in the art world, as collector Dimitris Daskalopoulos has donated 350 major contemporary artworks to 4 museums worldwide. We'll also be looking at the story of Neon's closure and its implications for the Greek art scene, but first, let's delve deeper into the appointment of Linda Roscoe Hartigan. As secretary of the Smithsonian Institution, Lonnie G. Bunch III noted, "Hartigan is a visionary leader with a deep commitment to American art, thoughtful scholarship, and public engagement." We'll be exploring these stories in more depth throughout the show, but for now, let's take a brief look at what else is happening in the world of art. The Peabody Essex Museum's loss is certainly the Smithsonian's gain, as Hartigan brings her expertise and passion to her new role. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into a complex and thought-provoking story that's been making headlines in the world of global health. The Chief Science Officer for the U.S. flagship HIV/AIDS program, PEPFAR, has resigned from his role, citing concerns over the Trump administration's approach to foreign aid and its potential impact on life-saving programs. According to reports, Associate Professor Mike Reed, a practicing infectious disease physician, had been serving as the Chief Science Officer for PEPFAR in the State Department's Bureau of Global Health Security and Diplomacy. In a recent post, he expressed his disappointment with the administration's decision to use foreign aid as leverage for U.S. commercial interests, including a reported attempt to withhold assistance to help people with HIV in Zambia, unless the country signed a favorable critical minerals deal with the U.S. The State Department has responded by stating that it is continuing to spend the money appropriated for PEPFAR by Congress and has offered Zambia a generous multi-year package of U.S. assistance. However, the department did not address the claim that the U.S. sought economic concessions in exchange. It's worth noting that PEPFAR has been credited with saving 26 million lives and preventing HIV infections in 7.8 million babies born to HIV-infected mothers since its inception in 2003. As we examine this story, it's essential to consider the complexities of global health initiatives and the delicate balance between providing aid and promoting U.S. interests abroad. While some may argue that the Trump administration's approach is a necessary step towards promoting American economic interests, others see it as a threat to the very fabric of global health security. It's also important to recognize that the issue at hand is not solely partisan, but rather a matter of ensuring that life-saving programs are protected and allowed to continue their critical work. As we move forward, it will be crucial to monitor the developments in this story and assess the potential implications for global health initiatives. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, let's dive into the latest developments in the UK government. The controversy surrounding Lord Mandelson's appointment as ambassador to Washington continues to unfold, with new revelations emerging daily. At the center of the storm is the decision by Prime Minister Keir Starmer to sack Sir Ollie Robbins, the former head of the civil service, over his handling of the vetting process. According to recent testimony, Sir Ollie Robbins stated that he made a professional judgment to withhold certain information from the Prime Minister, citing the need to protect the integrity of the vetting system. However, supporters of the Prime Minister argue that Sir Keir was unaware of the full extent of the vetting details and that Sir Ollie's decision not to share this information was a mistake. The situation has sparked a heated debate about the role of civil servants in advising ministers and the balance between transparency and confidentiality. Some have come to Sir Ollie's defense, including former head of the civil service, Lord Sedwill, who has called on the Prime Minister to retract his accusations against Sir Ollie and reinstate him. Meanwhile, the Labour Party is facing criticism for its handling of the situation, with some arguing that the party's focus on damage control is distracting from more pressing issues. As the story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: the Mandelson saga has dealt a significant blow to the Prime Minister's credibility and raised important questions about accountability and governance. As we consider the implications of this controversy, it's essential to approach the issue with a critical and nuanced perspective, recognizing the complexities and challenges involved in balancing competing interests and priorities. By examining the facts and engaging in informed discussion, we can work towards a deeper understanding of the issues at play and their potential impact on our democratic institutions. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.